One of the things you need to be aware of is when modifying your element templates that point to your feature symbologies, you can break this linkage. Let's say, for example, I wanted both of these to be under another subfolder called edges. And so I can make a new template group called edges. And if I take these two entries and I drag and drop those to the edges folder, it will break these particular links. And so what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to just right click copy and then go down to my edges, and I'm going to right click and paste. And this way my links are still pointing to the original location. Now there's a new process here that's fairly new to MicroStation and OpenRoads Designer where I can multi-select entries and make changes. But to do this, you need to make sure and close your properties panel. And so let's say that we want to use these new element templates under this new subfolder. If I select both of these, then I can right click and select the details option, and then that will pull up a dialog that you will have to probably open and resize. And in here you will see the entries for the default element templates. Now, one of the things that I can do, for example, I can right click on these and select them, and then I can do an edit where I would pick, the new individual ones. I could do a replace. And so if I were to do a replace, let's say, for example, I'm looking for roadway and I'm looking for a backslash, and then I want to replace that with roadway backslash edges backslash, and then I will do a replace all. And then what that did is modified both of those element templates. And so now if we look, now they're both using that new path that I had set up for my element template. And there's a lot of things that you can do in this details panel. You can sort by columns, you can turn columns on and off. Up here, there's an option to export this out to Excel. And so you can do some quick edits there. Is as long as your properties panel is closed and you multi-select, then you can make those changes. So now we go back and open up our properties panel. You'll see that it is pointing now to that new folder, and so now it's okay to come back and delete these element templates. Now, the only other thing to point out here is it is okay to rename an element template as long as you don't move it to a different location. So if I were to rename this particular element template, let's just say we abbreviated pavement right here, it will go ahead then and fix the linkage to the feature symbology without a problem. I can even rename a folder. It's when you move these to a different folder structure that is where the linkage to the feature symbologies will get broken. But again, you can use this multi-select right-click details option to do bulk editing of your feature symbologies.